The Beer Summit. Remember this one? President Obama and Vice President Joe Biden sat down in the Rose Garden with Harvard University professor Henry Louis Gates and the cop who arrested him, Sergeant James Crowley, whom the president had said acted stupidly during a confrontation with Gates. Actually, he said that about the Cambridge Police Department in general, but the president later backed off, calling it a teachable moment. Charles, what about the Beer Summit?
Well, it was a classic example of the Obama style. Here he starts out by making a mistake. He accuses the cops of acting stupidly. It's sort of instinctive, sort of a prejudice against the cops and in favor of a professor. If you're a professor like him, if you lived in academia the way he did, it's sort of an instinctual response. He realizes immediately it's a mistake. And what he does is he tries to act the philosopher a king, and he rises above it and he says, and now we're going to teach the nation. Whereas he was the one who made the mistake. It's the same way with the Philadelphia race speech. It was discovered, of course, in the campaign that he had had a gaffe of 20 years by being in the church of a raving racist Jeremiah Wright. And then he gives a speech which essentially scolds everyone, including his own the grandmother, of latent racism, except himself. And he rises above it. He says a teachable moment, and he gives a speech that had liberals feeling thrills up their leg and comparing it to Lincoln at Cooper Union. It's a clever pose, but I think it wears a thin. He makes mistakes like others. They're usual, instinctive, liberal mistakes, and then he pretends that he's going to now teach us about this. I found it slightly annoying, and I wonder if the rest of the nation over a time won't also.
Slightly annoying.